What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first little audio book. Now, these recordings won't be perfect because the pursuit of perfection will cause me to pause and it'll paralyze me, and I basically just stop recording. So you may hear some mistakes, but I think that it will not affect your listening and your understanding. This first book is called Now Unto Him by Jermaine Lewis. Part 1. Yes, ma'am, I'm coming. Faith responded quickly when the nurse with the clipboard used her body to prop the door open that led to the back of the free clinic and called Faith's name. The nurse smiled at Faith as she asked her to remove her shoes and stand on the scale. After all of her vitals were checked and recorded, the nurse asked Faith, "So, young lady, I see that you are 14 years old. Who brought you here today?" Faith's puffy ponytail moved opposite her head's movement as she shook her head no as she told the woman, "Nobody, ma'am." The nurse frowned a little, closed her eyes tightly, and smiled as she asked, How far along are you, Miss Faith?" Faith raised her eyebrows, shrugged her shoulders slightly, and said, "I don't know." "Okay, so you don't know when you got pregnant?" The nurse tried her best to ask the question as gently as she could. Faith squinted her eyes a little bit as she looked past the nurse to think and said, "I remember what I did to get pregnant. I remember his face and how he smelled. I remember crying because it really hurt. It hurt bad. I remember where we were, but I don't remember the day. But I do know it was in the summertime." The nurse looked down at her clipboard as she tried to get her thoughts together. She had so many questions for Faith. She looked up at the sound of Faith's voice. "Ma'am, I'm scared. I don't want to have this baby. People tell me that it will hurt more than anything. Plus, he told me that I was too young to get pregnant and that it would feel better if he didn't use the rubber thing. He used to go to my school, but I haven't seen him since that one time I threw up in class. I can't take care of this baby by myself. I'm almost homeless. I stay with my granny, and my granny don't have long to stay here. She was in a hospital for a while, and I stayed at the hospital. No, I stayed at the house by myself. When she came back home, they sent a nurse with her. Now a nurse is at our house every day, all day. My granny just sleeps all day. One of the nurses told me that my granny is about to go to a better place, and I can't wait because our house smells funny. Don't know how long we'll stay there, but anything is better than where we live now." Faith stopped rambling and looked at the nurse like a deer caught in headlights. The nurse froze as she saw fluid flowing from Faith and down the leg of the chair, dripping onto the floor.